the truest and move it beyond others. For music we do it and roll rougher. Communions in union, they won't suffer. Influence, we lose it like soul brothers.
Yo, it's Winslow. Let's do a quick track breakdown of breaking news. If you want anything more in depth, just let me know in the comments and we can take bits and pieces, make a couple more videos on that. Before we get going, if you like what I do, if you want to support this channel a bit more, consider following the link down in the description to become a patron over at Patreon. You'll get a whole bunch of things, such as videos like this early, mix downloads, tunes that no one else gets to see or hear, or hearing releases before they come out, and a lot of other crap. So if that sounds like something you're into, follow that link. And without further ado, let's get back to the video. So this is breaking news. Featuring track just came out on Hospital, and let's go over it. So if you haven't heard it, sounds like this.
Influence, we lose it. News break, attention everybody, got a new pace for y'all to try to keep up in this new sway, showing out your feelings in a cool way. But tell me if you feel it. News break, attention everybody, found a new pace for y'all to try to keep up in this new sway.
Yeah, that's how it sounds. So it started off as this sample right here, which I cut up. So if you hear it without any effects, and if let's hear the actual sample, let's select and pool, get this out of the way, don't need it. And this is where I chopped it from. Yeah, so that little ending part, this, just loop that over and over, chop it up, pitch it down, you get this. And like there's a little variation, which is just one of these slices is pitched differently. Sounds a bit rough, but once you add effects, you get nice. And last but not least, or next, you just add a sub. Yep, nothing too crazy. And then over here, the sub does just a little bit more. It follows the actual sample. And that's literally, it's 2 bass tracks. That's the whole entire song is 2 bass. The sub and the sample. Now, for everyone's favorite thing, let's talk about some drums. So if you, why did I do that? Go here, drums. Pretty straightforward. There's what's this? Top of a kick kind of sound. Came from a break. Called the kick butt. Interesting. So the low end part of the kick. It's a London Electricity sample from his sample pack. Super old. And then you get the top from the break. Together. Yeah. Then we got a snare, which is not a snare, it's a clap, but you know, Bad Snares Anonymous. You want to join, link in the description. Anyway. You got this clap right here, or this snare of a break. Little ride, like snare. I don't know. Stick. There you go. Another one. To give it like that old kung fu movie punch sound. The psh. That's what I like to think of it as. Another snare sample. And another snare. All together. Now, I normally don't go here and like add 15 things, but I specifically wanted like a sound and a character I couldn't find in just like 1 or 2 samples. So this is what happened. And then a ton of effects later, because if there's no effects, it sounds like, which sounds more like a snare. But once I did all this stuff to it, which basically is just taking the body out, flattening it through compression, and adding some stereo. There's some reverb in there as well to kind of fill it in. You get this nice solid clap sound, which I'm actually happy with for once. So now you have the kick in that. There's a bit of a shuffle in that top kick, but that's all right. Now, again, if you want more in depth, you can go back through past videos, and there are a few where I go more into layering drum samples and stuff. But if there's one that I didn't cover and you'd like it, leave that suggestion in the comments and I will get to it, I promise. Anyway, now we're going through breaks, percussion, it all goes into one bus. So we have the patchy break, which is where that first kick comes from. Yep, for some bongo action and some shuffles. Then you have this ride tambourine thing from London Electricity sample pack. Some air. This break, which is my favorite shaker that I've used in like every tune in the past 2 years. Seriously. Does it happen again? Or no, it's over here. That's more full break. The loops for the build. You got tambourine. Same tambourine loop that's in a Midwest Shuffle. It's just chopped up. From a variant sample pack that's on Splice, I'm pretty sure. And then this break, we all know. That's in there. There's some hi-hats, which I just stuck from another track that I've already done. And together you get... And then there's more. There's another break down here. Yep. London Electricity sample. Pretty sure. Oh, no, it's not. Just another break. High pass and super wide. And then we get Total Science sample break for a bit of air. And all together now you get... Then you add the kick and snare. Clap. Get a nice rolling break, which is probably the best break I've ever made, in my opinion. I really like this one. Add that with the bass line. That's simple bass line. Sorry, kids, if you're watching this. Yeah, there you go. And then to push it along, there's some like other samples going on, like this one. Yep. And all that is another Splice sample. I'll let you hear the whole thing. Yeah, so I just cut it up, pitched it a little bit, pitched it up. Yeah, and that's all it does. So on top, that plus everything else you get so far is... Then there's like this little string sample that goes over and over. This. It has a really long, like dubby kind of delay right down the middle. Adds a bit of character, a little bit of interest. What other samples? This is a very basic tune. Then we have this pad, which is a sample. Now, I'm pretty sure it's reversed. So the real sample is... So all I did was take each start, chop it there, and then reverse it. So all this is, if I undo it and hit reverse again to take it back to normal, it's the sample. So I chopped it at every change, hit reverse, then you get this. Adds a bit more interest in that it feels like it's anticipating, like it's that kind of feeling. So then we got another one, which is this. Which I'm pretty sure, let me check. I did the same thing to get that kind of effect. Because I didn't make this. Not this one, at least. Yeah, so I took that sample and then reversed it, pitched each individual chord, more or less, and made it follow the same thing. So you get... And then there's a pad from Nexus, which is a little drone, which follows one of the notes or assumed notes in the chord. And then there's a string sample, I think. What is this? Oh, just like a little riser. Doesn't matter. But altogether you get... Yeah, and that's basically the track. There's nothing... The track, because it's featuring track. Anyway, that's basically it. There's like the halftime drum loop in the beginning, which is just a drum loop chopped up. Bunch of effects on it. Chop. With a bit of a dubby delay on there. Spring reverb, that's what I mean. A little delay, a little both. And that's it. There's like a little swoosh here and there for like effect. But the rest is just vocals, which let's get into those. He gave me a ton of them.
For the world to hear. Yeah. The truest and movement beyond others. Through music we do it and roll rougher.
So we got the lead vocal.
Influence, we lose it like soul brothers.
If you want an idea how I process vocals, which is normally like the same kind of straightforward way, there's a video way back when I'm like going over Deggs' vocals that I used. A little bit of compression, saturation out of Camel Crusher, a bit of distortion sometimes to give a bit edge. These are really upfront, so I really want to get that like more of like a hip hop mixed down feel instead of kind of how most drum and bass records are mixed. And yeah, that give you a little insight into it. But we got lead vocal. Then there's like a stereo delay. These are all bounced, by the way, which is why they're all long files. Yeah. Basically, you just take a word from the lead vocal, bounce that out, stick it on another track, add a delay to it. Profit. Then we have some wide vocals here, which is just like doubles, basically.
Like soul brothers, yeah.
By itself sounds like trash. Full vocal you have.
Influence, we lose it like soul brothers. The truest.
It gives it a bit more interest. Then we have a panning vocal here.
There.
Which I full on automated like each little left, right in it. So you can hear.
There. New pace,
Another one?
mood sway,
Yeah.
cool way. Tell me if you feel.
And all together, it gives you the full vocal sound.
They won't suffer. Influence, we lose it like soul brothers. The truest of movement beyond others. Through music, we do it and roll rougher.
This is in this section back here, which you can hear it a bit more pronounced.
Show you not your feelings in a cool way, but tell me if you feel it. From 8 states apart, it's great state of art. We stay raised as sharp as yeah. Tell me if you feel it.
All automation, doubling vocals, whether he actually rapped it again or I just chopped it out and kind of altered it. Yeah, and then the lead vocals go into couple synths. There's one for delay, one for reverb, one for that wide vocal sound I was talking about. And that is basically it. Like that's the tune.
Communions in union, they won't suffer. Influence, we lose it like soul brothers. The truest in movements beyond others. Through music, we do it and roll rougher. Yeah, so.
Yeah, really simple. Just drive. It's a roller. Not the blah, that kind of roller, but like groovy, dancey, liquid roller. Now, this was a whole different track before I sent it to T.R.A.C. It was kind of just a goofy, like, let's see if I can make something fun. And that's why it's called Breaking News. Because we come back here, and here's the original vocal, which if you watched any Twitch stream early last year, mid last year, you'd have heard this version, which is there's a vocal from like a newscast that was in there.
Even without protected.
I'm ducking and everything. Died in the house. I got scared. I dropped my hot pocket.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do?
Yeah, that was in there. And now, where's the actual vocal? Because I chopped it up. I think that's just the main one. But then you get, what is, enable that track. Basically, I was like, can I release this tune with this vocal on it? Of course not. But I feel like a hospital would have turned it away. But once you put like a real MC and real lyrics and it sounds serious, then you get a release out of it. So here's what it sounded like before.
Sir, can you please tell us what happened?
You know, I'm in the room, chilling, kicking like I usually do. No, I wasn't even tripping over it. It's like a little petty room, you know. I ain't even tripping though. I don't know what's going on.
Ah, that's the best part. The best part is this.
I ain't even tripping though. I don't know what's going on.
I dropped my hot pocket.
Yeah. So the idea was there's this newscast with all these goofy like bloopers or whatever. Stupid. And I named the track after it, Breaking News, because it was just going to be like a fun, I play it in mixes or on streams, and that's how the tune would exist. But then once I sent like the instrumental without this on it, those vocals, just to test the waters with Hospital to see if they liked it. They were like, yeah. And then I sent it to T.R.A.C. Actually, I sent it to T.R.A.C. first. He put a vocal on it. Then I sent it to Hospital, and they were okay with it. So that's how that worked out. And it just says like,
I dropped my hot pocket. I dropped my hot pocket.
So I don't know if this version will make its way out one day. Just like a Patreon exclusive or something, like a VIP. And I'm going to keep playing it. But yeah.
Yeah. I said, no. So the girl come downstairs. She come out her apartment with her baby with no shoes on. I said, oh, girl, it's cold outside. She said, something ain't right. I said, oh, man. She said, oh, man, the building is gonna be in no fire. Not today.
Yeah. So that's why it's called Breaking News, because of those bits. And that's the tune. Before I didn't master it, just in case you guys are wondering about that, but I did some prep. So I like did some EQ on the mix with mag EQ, kind of take away the muddiness, accent kind of the top end with the vocals and a little bit of sheen, kind of things like that, and some air. Then passive EQ kind of cleans up. Like this doesn't even do anything. Half of it's off, but it's like cleaning up the low end side information. So there's not a lot of rumble there. There's a limiter on because I want it to sound all right while I'm doing this video and for like demo mixes. And I also ran it through Analog Heat, which isn't plugged in right now. But before I sent the Mixdown off, I ran it through there to give it a bit of character. I really like running things through that. And then sent the Mixdown off. New Tone mastered it, and it's out now. So if you like it, wait, I don't care if you like it. Yeah, I do. I care if you like it. If you like the tune, let me know. If you want to know a little bit more about it, let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's how breaking news came to be. The news was broken just like this. I don't know. Check out the rest of the track breakdowns for the EP coming soon. More or less, they're probably on Patreon by the time you see this one publicly, and I'll kind of dish them out towards there. So if you want to see them early, toss me a bit of support. Join the BSA server on Discord. Think about becoming a Patreon member, and if not, you'll see them eventually because I don't hide things. It's all free knowledge. Not that you learned anything, because this is all stupid anyway. But yeah, I've been Winslow. I'll see you later.
News break, attention everybody, got a new pace for y'all to try to keep up in this new sway, showing out your feelings in a cool way, but tell me if you feel it. News break, attention everybody, found a new pace.